Okay, so a very good morning
Good
to
morning to you too.
you and a very warm welcome to AITR Alumni podcast series. We are here to reconnect with our accomplished alumni to bring their inspiring journeys, experiences, and valuable industry insights. So, I'm Astha Pandya from the Department of Electronics and Communication at AITR, and I'm delighted to have you for our guest today.
Thank you
So,
for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I would really be very happy and excited to part of the podcast series to come.
So it's my great pleasure to introduce you to our esteemed guest, Mr. Archit Ojha, sir, an alumni of our college from the first graduating batch of Computer Science Engineering 2009, with over 15 years of experience in IT industry, and he is currently serving as the manager at the projects at Cognizant. So, throughout his professional journey, he has worked with leading organizations such as TCS, Vodafone, and has developed expertise in data engineering, cloud technologies, and enterprise data solutions. So, he is also a Databricks Certified Engineer, reflecting his strong technical proficiency and commitment to continuous learning. So today we'll explore his journey from being a part of Acropolis' very first CAC batch to coming technology leader, while also discussing the career growth, engineering, emerging technologies, AI and data engineering, and valuable advice for the aspiring engineers. So, sir, we are truly glad to have you here to our podcast series. Let's begin to our conversation.
Yeah,
So, can you take us through the journey from the first CAC batch to becoming a project manager at Cognizant?
yeah. I still remember the very first day when I joined Acropolis. It was way back on 12 September 2005. Walking into the new campus of college as a part of first computer science batch was very exciting, as we were the first batch with no seniors around to guide us. But our faculty members and college management has given us a very warm welcome on the very first day, which is really very special for us. After the graduation, I had an offer from IBM, but I chose a different path. Since I had gate qualification, I decided to pursue my master's instead. The choice of doing masters helped me to gain the technical foundation and further shaped my career. The first job which came was in TCS. I joined TCS as a fresher, so I was put into the training where I relearned C++, SQL, Unix through the lens of industry standard coding. After completing the training in TCS, I was easily able to differentiate between the way we used to write the code in the college and now how to write the code to meet the expectations of the clients and the IT industry. My journey took me across multiple cities like Gandhinagar, Kolkata, Pune, and Bangalore, each city with new experiences and challenges. Later, I joined Cognizant and then Vodafone Pune as an associate. While my tenure in these companies, I was exploring to the new domains, new areas, managing the challenges, and continue to grow professionally. Then came the COVID, the turning point for many of us. The ways of working got a little changed. We were working from home, and then the hybrid model came up. Just after the pandemic, I returned to Cognizant as a manager, and then I am now continuing my journey as the manager of projects in Cognizant, leading teams and mentoring others.
Oh, that was a great thing to hear. It's a kind of roller coaster from here to there and
Yeah.
achieving that. So, being part of Acropolis, very first graduating batch, what was the campus culture like? And what are some memories you still cherish?
Being part of the first batch is always very special. We were also growing semester by semester, and so was the college. Every semester, there was something new to explore. At that time, the college campus was not that big. because we were having limited number of buildings. But as and when as and when we were growing over the years, the college also expanded, not vertically but horizontally. Also, we share a very close and healthy relationship with our teachers and batchmates. Our teachers not only guided us in the academic area, but they also helped us in the non-academic area as well. When I say non-academic, it means the extracurricular activities. They always encouraged us to keep learning the academics things, as well as to maintain the balance and participate in the extracurricular activities, and even organize and manage the events in the college. We were by this, actually they are building the culture of the college and setting an example for the upcoming batches. There were many memories to cherish, but the ones which are really very close to my heart were during the Tech Fest. We participated in the group singing competition. Okay, and none of us were like good singers, but still somehow the excitement, the zeal, the enthusiasm, and our wholeheartedly effort in the singing made us win the competition. Secondly, second memory comes to in my mind where we participated in an AdMed show. During the AdMed show, our product was Khatpat mobile. So we have to we have to act like we are selling this Khatpat mobile to the customers and audiences. So for that selling, we being in the college and little on the funnier side, we dressed up as an cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and we tried our best to sell this product in the we try to mimic and sell this product. So those memories will be everlasting with me.
That's very nice to hear that we are also like enjoying the Tech Fest right now, which we will cherish after 5-7 years.
Yeah, sure.
So you graduated during a highly competitive period. So
Yeah.
how did you secure your first job, and what challenges did you face in early years of your career?
See, the competition will always be there. Back then also, most graduates were aiming for the job in the IT industry. But I believe if you set clear goals and prepare in the right direction, you will be able to crack the opportunity. I was very fortunate that after completing my post-graduation, I didn't have to wait even for a single day, and I joined the TCS the very next day. It gave me a confidence, but early years are always very challenging because there is so much to learn, so much to explore. You have to manage your daily lives also, and you have to manage your corporate life also, and to grow professionally as well. The main challenge which I faced in my earlier days is to overcome my anxiety. I was very anxious at that time. When I see people around excelling in their careers, knowing the systems like end to end, I really doubted myself that whether I will be able to match the expectations, whether I will be able to match the working speed which they have. But as and when the opportunity come by, I was able to match the speed, as well as I acquired the knowledge of the systems on which I was working. So yeah, challenges will come, but you have to boldly face them.
Yeah, managing multiple things also together, and then going in companies also.
Correct. Being a manager, you have to always manage multiple things together. You have to juggle around.
So you have worked with TCS, Vodafone, and now in Cognizant. So what were the defining moments or projects that accelerated your professional growth?
See, I have worked in all these three organizations, and in each organization, I have learned something or the other. I joined TCS as a fresher. I just only not learned the technical side in the TCS, but also the soft skills and also how to discipline and manage my work professionally. I still remember in my very first project assignment, I worked on the ETL tools like Ab initio, which is widely used at that time for data processing. Alongside Ab initio, I worked on SQL and Unix scripting. So basically, these technologies helped me to give a good technical foundation and acted as a stepping stone in my career ahead. I was lucky enough that in Vodafone, I got exposure on development roles as well and production support roles as well. That combination actually helped me to understand the entire life cycle of the project, how to do the bug fixing, how to build the solutions, and it gave me an end-to-end knowledge of how a particular system actually works and how it is deployed in a telecom domain. Also, I got an onshore opportunity during my tenure with Vodafone. For a month, I was working alongside with the client in Europe and learn the business needs and requirements. At, at Cognizant, it was totally different. I worked in the banking domain. Different client projects were there. Now, working in the banking domain in is like tough. Why it is tough? Because you have to work in the highly secure environment. You always have critical deliveries. You always have strict deadlines to follow. But this sharpened my ability to work under the pressure and manage the risks. Also, I got exposure to the cloud technologies like AWS, Databricks in the banking domain only. And it expanded my skill set and made me prepare for the future IT.
Okay, so you have witnessed the evolution from traditional ETL tools to cloud native data platforms. So,
Yeah.
how has data engineering changed over the last 15 years, and what trends you believe will shape the future?
So, what I think is like technology will always evolve. It will never be the same. Okay. Today we have cloud, AI. Few years back we had the traditional ETL tools like Ab initio and traditional way of processing the information and data. You never know. In future, something else may also replace cloud and AI. But there is one thing which will always remain common is the basic concepts of data processing. So if you focus on that, like joins, like normalization, denormalization, like sort, like data partitioning, how the errors are handled, how the pipelines are built. So these concepts will always remain the same and will act as a baseline for any of the new technology. When you talk about the trends which are coming in future, I think AI is the talk of the town now. Many companies wanted to integrate AI to their systems to save the time and improve the efficiency. The AI and cloud technologies are upcoming things in the market and they will dominate for years for sure, until and unless some other intelligent technology or optimized technologies replaces it.
So we students hear terms like ETL, ELT, or data lakes and lake houses, but aren't sure that how they differ from each other. So could you explain these concepts in simple terms, that why organizations are adopting platforms like Databricks?
Okay, so so you should try to understand these terms in a very simple manner. If you try to by heart them the bookish definition, it would be really very tough for you to understand the core concepts of ETL, ELT, data lake, and lake houses. Uh, so let me start with the ETL. ETL is nothing but it is like extract, transform, and load. Extract meaning you are pulling your data from different sources, cleaning it, and then performing the transformation. Transformation, any kind of transformation it can be, like joining the data, like sorting the data, applying the rules, formatting it, okay, and then loading it into the warehouse. Now the traditional tools like Ab Initio or Informatica are following this ETL framework. But there is only one drawback which I see from my perspective when I use ETL is, if there is any design change, you have to make that change end to end. Like the whole pipeline will get changed. So that flexibility actually was given by ELT. ELT is just extract, load, transform. So the sequence of transform and load got just switched. And here we are not extracting already the clean data or structured data. Here we can work on a raw data, okay? And this raw data is mainly stored in a data lake. ELT is much more crowd friendly, and you add a flexibility to redesign everything by keeping the transformation at the last. When you talk about data lakes are nothing but they are like big storage buckets which stores the raw data as well as the structured data. It is great for experimenting and integrating it with AI and machine learning. But be aware, the data is stored in the raw form, so it can act as a little messy if not managed well. Coming to the lakehouse. Lakehouse is like a hybrid approach where you take all the plus from the ELT and also the data warehouse. So basically lakehouse is nothing but data lake plus data warehouse. Now how data lake plus data warehouse is, you still store the data in raw or structured format, but you apply the structured and data governance principles which you have in data warehouse. So it means you can easily integrate again with the BI dashboards and also integrate it to AI and ML on the same platform. I have a fun analogy for you. If you assume data as a food, ETL is nothing but cooking before serving. ELT is like serving raw, then cooking. Data lake is like a fridge which is storing your raw food and even the cooked food. And lakehouse is nothing but your fridge plus kitchen, where you are having the food stored in the raw and structured format, and also you are applying cooking, that is the transformation on top of it. Okay, so I hope I am able to clarify on the ETL, ELT, data lake and lakehouse a bit. Moving on, why the modern organization are loving Databricks? Because Databricks is like a smart notebook, where you keep all your messy notes, and whenever there is a requirement to get some information or retrieve some information from it, it will organize itself automatically and will provide you with that. Organizations also love Databricks because it follows the simple medallion architecture. Now, when I talk about medallion architecture, it has simple 3 layers: bronze, silver, gold. Okay, it gets integrated to AI and ML very easily. It works across the 3 cloud platforms, whether it is AWS, Azure, GCP. It bridges actually the gap between the data professionals. When I say data professionals, it means data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, all can use this common platform. Also, it provides the governance and security features through Unity Catalog. So that's, to sum up, that's why the Databricks is what a modern company love to and to work on.
Okay, so yeah, that clarified everything that we are facing confusion in.
Yeah,
So,
thanks.
having worked extensively with AB Inito and being a Databricks certified engineer, where do you see each platform fitting into today's enterprise ecosystem, and what skills should aspiring data engineers should focus on?
Yeah, so these both platforms, whether you talk about ab initio or whether you talk about the modern cloud technologies, including the Databricks, they both serve different needs in today enterprise. Okay? I see the combination of both ab initio and Databricks were used across multiple domains. And as I have worked and experienced it in banking and telecom domain, they both go hand in hand. Now, ab initio is, you can compare ab initio with a old reliable train. You can think of ab initio as an old reliable train, which is steady, proven, and trusted for heavy loads. And on the other side, Databricks is kind of a high-speed metro, which is fast, flexible, and built for future. Now, a good engineer should know how to write on both of them and should keep on learning to build the tracks for tomorrow. You asked me about how data engineers should focus to be industry ready. I would say they should uh, they should have a very strong foundation when it comes to be industry ready. The ETL and ELT fundamentals should be very clear. The basics which I discussed earlier also, joins, normalization, sort, partitioning, they should master in SQL because it is the backbone of the data work. They should be expertised in and have some basic knowledge at least on the cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, GCP. Also, they should develop some interest towards the modern tools like big data, like Snowflake, Databricks. Also, scripting knowledge is very important. Whether you say it's a Python script or the Unix shell scripting, and of course the data governance, because data security is very important. And along with it, as the technology is evolving and AI and ML is about to step in, and I should say already stepped in, but yeah, it's keep on evolving. So integration, how we they should also try and understand how we can integrate the AI and ML to the existing projects.
Okay, so can you share an interesting project or technical challenge where your team had to solve a complex data problem? And what approach did you take? And what were the key learnings and from that experience?
Mhm. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, also like working in banking projects is always tough, because of the critical deadlines. So one, I clearly remember one such requirement came to us, which was related to regulatory compliance under MiFID. Now, what MiFID is? MiFID is nothing but a kind of a regulatory, which banking are applying to their reports, and it's like MiFID full form is like market in financial instrument. Okay, so I clearly recall that there are many codes which are getting changed to bring in the security related to the compliances and as part of the MiFID program. So on a very fine Friday evening, we have deployed our new code after all thorough testing, and we were very much confident enough that okay, the code is stable and it will go through. But surprisingly, uh, during the first run, as the real-time data came into the picture, the code didn't behave as expected. The results are very off. The reports generated are very vague. Now, this caused a serious issue. You know why? Because if you are unable to implement regulatory compliance within a deadline, within a timeline, then there are implications on the organization. There will be fines which the organization has to pay for it. So we had very limited time to fix the code and get it ready by Monday, so that the business operations can resume without any difficulties, and we can achieve the data processing back to normal, which we called as BAO in our language. So our approach was like to first fix the gaps in the development environment, replicate or simulate the real-time data into the testing environment parallelly, and then perform the test cycles, and then only promote the code to the production again. So after completing, 2 to 3 cycles, we were confident enough, and now we promoted the code to production. Before the before the run, we made sure that we clean the outputs, the incorrect outputs which were generated from the past run. So here we had a lot of key learnings, like how to work under the pressure, uh, and of course, the teamwork is really very important in such situation. We can't afford to lose our focus, and we have to complete the work within the given timeline. Also, we learned that even though your code is stable, it has passed through all the testing criteria, but when it comes to real data, anything can happen. So always try to simulate the similar kind of situation while testing the data in the testing environment. Collaboration was also one of the key, where like the developers, testers, and operation people were involved. So we all collaborated hand in hand and achieve the success, achieve the victory, I would say, by fixing the code in such a short period of time. And, and I'm saying it as a short period, but I clearly remember it took like straight 30 hours for us to do all these steps. So yeah, those were the things which I would say was quite impactful and given us a lot of learnings.
Will truly implement that, the teamwork, the collaboration, and the rectifications you did at that time. So, as a manager projects, how do you balance technical decision making, client expectation, team management, and the project delivery?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, also, if you are a manager, you have to juggle between the responsibilities. It is just similar to juggling different balls together, and you cannot afford to drop any one of them, so that the rhythm and focus is maintained. Okay. So you mentioned about technical decision making, right? So whenever it comes to technical decision making, my prime focus is always on the problem statement. You should try and understand the problem deeply, and you should always think of an optimum solution and scalable solutions. When you talk about team management, a motivated team always act as a big asset to you. You should always support your team members. You should delegate the work wisely to them. And also you should create such a healthy atmosphere around that anyone can approach you anytime. If anyone is facing any issue, any concern, they should able to reach out to you. When you talk about client expectation, you have to really be very transparent with client. You should not overcommit to client, and you should always be clear in your communication, because you have to build the trust with the clients. When you talk about project delivery, so delivering a project on time is not only the thing which you should achieve, but you should focus on the data quality aspect as well. You should focus how you can track the progress in a better way, and you should always deliver a value. So I think these all responsibilities you have to juggle around every now and then being a project manager.
Okay, so with artificial intelligence and generative AI rapidly transforming the technology landscape, how do you see these advancement impacting the data engineering? And what
Yeah.
should student prepare for this for the future?
Yeah. So basically, people have a misconception that AI will replace data engineers, but it is not so. Actually, AI will make a data engineer to work more fast and smart and add a value to the organization. There are many repetitive tasks which we do in our day-to-day life. I mean, work life. I mean to say, which are like pipeline automations, data quality checks, script generation, pseudocode generation, etc. So these all can be accelerated by using AI. Now, AI doing this particular work, which means engineers have some more bandwidth, some more time. They can focus on designing the scalable architecture, scalable solution, how to integrate even the machine learning now in it, and also ensure the data governance part. When I say data governance, it is like metadata management and how to secure your data. So those things can be done using the time which AI has saved. Now, you asked what students should prepare for the future. So students should be future ready. The future coming down the line would be like the synergy of AI and cloud. So students should focus on their basic fundamentals and keep their fundamentals such so strong that they can adapt easily to switch the technologies and also learn the cloud and AI efficiently.
Okay, so as a Databricks certified engineer, how valuable are certifications in today's job market, and which certifications would you recommend for the students who are interested in data engineering, cloud, and big data?
Okay. So consider certifications more like sign of expressing your interest and gaining the basic knowledge of a particular technology or tool. They won't replace the hands-on experience, but by doing certification you can easily convey to your potential job openings, potential companies, that you are very curious, motivated and willing to invest in learning. You know what, in fact, I got my first job offer based on a certification. It differentiated me from others and showed my commitment towards the field. Although I didn't join that job, that is a different story. But yeah, certification do help in expressing your interest and willingness to learn. What I would recommend students, specifically who are wanted to explore their career in data engineering, cloud, and big data, is first to build the base really very strong. You should consider your all engineering subjects very very in a very important, like the core subjects like database is there, then networking is there, then algorithms is there, object oriented programming is there, operating systems are there. So you should concentrate on these subjects because these are nothing but acting as a base, acting as a fundamental for you. Once you are clear with the subjects, you will be able to understand how the upcoming technologies are in a better way and can go even for the certifications. When you talk about the certification, you should go for any one of the cloud certification. It is more than enough because the basic concepts will remain same. So there are many certifications in market like AWS Solution Architect, then Azure Fundamental is at 900, and there is Google Cloud Associate Engineer certification. Apart from Google Cloud certification, you should also go for a Snowflake certification or a Databricks certification, because it is by going through the Snowflake and Databricks certification, you will be able to know how the data is actually processed and stored. Cloud will only tell you how the processing power is and how the way the data is actually moving around. But how it is stored will be much more clearer when you go for a Snowflake certification, Oracle certification, or a Databricks certification.
Okay, so yeah, we'll also do these things and remember that in our mind. And so, looking back to the 15 plus years in the IT industry, what
Yeah,
technical and non technical skills have contributed the most to your success?
I think technical and the technical skills both really play a huge role in shaping your career. When it comes to technical skills, as I mentioned earlier, I worked on the ETL tool ab initio, which really given me a very strong foundation in learning how the data processing actually happens. Also, I worked across many databases like Teradata, Oracle, and now I'm dealing with Snowflake. So it taught me how to store the data, how to query the data, how to optimize the data efficiently. The cloud technologies are there like AWS, Databricks, that actually expanded my ability to design the data solution in a scalable manner. When I talk about the non-technical things, there would be the things which are like very straightforward, like how to manage the time, how to manage the work, how to manage the team, how to have good leadership skills, effective communication, etc. But the most important thing which I have learned as part of my journey is to learn from your own mistakes, your own setbacks. Don't get disheartened. Opportunities will come your way. It's just you have to be remain patient and you have to work in right direction to achieve the success.
Thank you, sir, for this advice. And last but not the least, if you could go back to your graduation day in 2009, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Yeah, what advice I would give to myself is, Archit, don't be hard on yourself. Just try to focus on the fundamentals, stay curious, and ready to adapt with the changing technology. Keep learning and always stay relevant.
So, sir, finally, what message would you like to share with the current student fellow of and the alumni also of Acropolis who aspire to build a successful and fulfilling career in technology and industry?
So I would like to say, dear students and fellow alumni, I believe success is temporary, but excellence is timeless. What I would say to myself, I would say to you as well, just focus on learning, be curious, be adaptable. Every wave of the technology will then look like an opportunity to you rather than a challenge. Over this past 15 years, I have seen tools evolve, but what remains constant is need of the strong fundamentals and adaptability. This has helped me also to grow technically and personally, and I believe it will help you as well. I mentioned here to grow personally because you should value the people around you. You should build healthy relationship with the people around you, whether it is you within your team, your leaders, your mentors, because they are the ones which will always help you and guide you. Interpersonal skills are also very important to grow in your career. And yeah, of course, I will sound a little filmy over here and want to quote this line from Three Idiots: "Don't chase success, chase excellence. Success will automatically follow you." On that note, I really want to thank you all, Acropolis management, Gaurav Chaitanya sir, Ronit, and entire team to give me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you all. And I truly felt that I relived my student life once again. It's a moment of nostalgia, pride, and joy. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for this advice and message and being a part of this alumni podcast series. So that's bring us to the end of today's inspiring conversation. So thank you so much, sir, for taking your time and being with us for sharing your experience, practical insights, and words of wisdom. So I'm sure your journey will inspire everyone who is here and motivate everyone. Your countless words and everything will inspire the students. So, on the behalf of Acropolis and everyone watching this podcast, I sincerely thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you, Asta. Thank you, everyone. It's nice talking to you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.